Okay.
which is a path of miracles, and it is a divine space basically. And the founder is this is a spiritual path that taps the creative potential of current chaotic times. Quantum Life integrates the metaphysical insights from various religions with quantum sciences and string theory. Quanto Shivo is multi-dimensional personality, and he's an expert in inquiring through Socratic methods. He channels divine sages, avatars, and masters. Wow. And is a PLR guide. Great, sir. And he's an inventor of unique astrology method, that is energy matrix. Wow. And have discovered the astrology and consciousness cycles and endeavor to look at future in most insightful ways. His innovation is his ability to integrate the known with unknown towards manifesting creative possibilities. And that is what he's going to speak about today. Wow, 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 wow. Now, अगर हमने शिवो सर का नाम लिया है तो मानसी मैम का नाम भी जरूर आएगा ही आएगा. So Mansi Bagdia, co-founder of Quanto Life, lives in California, US, and in heart space of Quanto community. Wow, ma'am. And she's known for her highly intuitive, psychic, and empathetic talents. She has helped hundreds of people, including many kids and teenagers, to discover their unique potential. Wow. And her topic is Aham Brahmasmi, be the cosmic channel. Wow. Looking forward to listen from you, sir and ma'am. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for giving your precious time to us. You know, I'm 100% sure everybody should listen to what they are saying, because they are golden nuggets that we are going to get. Wow. And whatever words that will come out of your mouth will be transformational for everyone. Thank you for coming, sir. Thank you, ma'am. We can see that, you know, that glowing faces. Over to you, sir. Over to you, ma'am.
Welcome, sir, and welcome, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Team Amplify. Thank you, all the speakers who have come before us, Kushal, and
thank you very much for
Raj and Monica. Yes. So shall we get started, Shivo?
Yes. So first, my gratitude to the Amplify team for such a warm welcome. Thank you very much.
So I am really excited. It's an honor to interact with Shivo on Aham Brahmasmi, be the cosmic channel. Even though I have interacted with him many times, one of the beauties of interacting with Shivo is that even if we have interacted on the same topic the previous night, the next morning, he has channeled something new and something current. So I am super excited for this. So I would like to start with, scientists such as Heisenberg, Schrodinger, Bohr, who have been great fans of Upanishads, of the Vedanta. And in fact, Heisenberg famously said that so many ideas of quantum science seemed crazy to him until he came across the Upanishads and Vedanta, and then they started to make sense. And Quanto Life is based on quantum science. So Shivo, my first, so before we get started, I want to say that Upanishad, as you know, is sitting next to the master and receiving that channeling of his. And today we are really honored to sit next to Shivo, an enlightened master, and receive that. So Shivo, in the Upanishad, there are four Mahavakyas, but two of the Mahavakyas are Aham Brahmasmi and Tat Tvam Asi. So how would you explain them in a on the basis of quantum science?
So the Upanishad Mahavakyas say, I am God and so are you. So let us understand in terms of science, what is God? So we have been told in scriptures that God is omnipresent. It is everywhere. It is formless, and yet it is present everywhere. And the God is the observer. So in scientific terms, what has been discovered is that the whole of the cosmos has one electromagnetic field. And that electromagnetic field is all pervading. It is, in fact, even beyond the existence of cosmos. And that is what is God. So this is what we say, like the God is all around us. That we are moving in the world, we are moving in God like the fish move in water. So where do we move in, basically? So we are, what is there all around us is electromagnetic field. So that is God. Now, what is Aham? What is me? What is the highest form of me? What is my soul? So this is what Einstein said, that every object is spatially extended. That means everything you see in a particular fixed place with some kind of a space coordinate or time space coordinate. But actually, the electromagnetic field of that is pervasive all over the world, all over the cosmos. So same thing we have heard about ourselves, about our soul, that we pervade in the whole cosmos, that our soul is omnipresent. Our soul is everywhere. So when we realize that nature of soul, which is present everywhere, that is when we come to know I am God, Aham Brahmasmi. The second Vakya has been added, which serves a great purpose, that we don't become arrogant. This is for us to identify, are we looking at ourselves as God, or are we also saying you are also so? Aham Brahmasmi is the truth not just for me but for you also. If that statement was not said, then a lot of people will say Aham Brahmasmi means I am super powerful and I dominate you. I am bigger than you. But that possibility is negated with the second Mahavakya, Tattvamasi. You too are so. I am God and so are you. So when you go into this space of soulfulness, when you go in this state of being with your soul, that's when you realize I am God and so is everyone.
Shivo, you have mentioned this before, that if it's only the first Vakya, Aham Brahmasmi, and not the other, you are like Ravan, right? You are becoming, that's the height of arrogance. And I guess that Ram was someone who saw the second Mahavakya also, and which is why he was able to see the heroic in so many people, like Sita, Hanumanji, in Angad, in Sugriv, and so many others. So, but Shivu, what you said is amazing in theory as a concept and probably a reality experienced by masters like you. But if this is so omnipresent, if it is everywhere, then why aren't we all experiencing this? This is the ultimate reality. Why are we not? If we are fish swimming in this, then why are we not experiencing this all the time?
Yeah, this is the most natural state of our existence, that I'm omnipresent. And okay, let me also explain one more thing. What is omnipresent is space. So God is nothing but space. And when you say Aham Brahmasmi, I am God, that means I am space. When you begin to experience yourself all over space, like I am everywhere in space. At this moment, I'm just reminded, I never talked about it, but I'm just reminded of a song that was there in Ram Teri Ganga Meli, and that was Is Jami Se Aasman Tak. Something like that, right? Sare Jahan mein main hi main hu. I am everywhere. And I think that's a very, very deep spiritual song. I just realized it just came to me right now. I never talked about it. But
Yeah,
that's
we have
what,
live channeling happening.
yeah. I think we should play this song, when we are talking about Aham Brahmasmi, because really I don't know who has written this, who is the lyrics writer, but that lyrics writer must have had some very deep spiritual experiences. So that's what Aham Brahmasmi means, that I'm space, I'm all over. And that's our natural state. But why do we lose that? Why do we come to the identification, I am body? From I am soul, I am space, we get crunched into I am body. Why does that happen? So it happens because of our accumulated subconscious. So the string theory talks about that the whole world comes out of vibrations. Spiritually speaking, there are two kinds of vibrations. One is a concentrated vibration and another is a holistic vibration. Holistic vibration is a one which doesn't have center, or even if it has center, is spread out vastly in vast spaces. And the concentrated vibration is the one which is crunched into a specific boundaries. So the vibrations which are the conscious vibration, like the vibration of love, is spread out everywhere. If you want to feel love, you will feel it all over, everywhere. But if you want to, if you are experiencing the subconscious vibrations, like the fear, the greed, the revenge, the anger, hatred, that's all concentrated. It has specific boundaries. So the divine vibrations, the conscious vibrations, are holistic, omnipresent, without boundary. And the subconscious ego vibrations are concentrated, bounded vibrations. This is a distinction. So when you are the space and life is happening to you, you are fully present in that moment and you are living each and every moment as it happens to you. However, what happens if you are not fully present? When you cannot just accept what is happening and you are wishing that, I hope it was not so, the reality should have been different. If you are in that space, then you are not living that moment fully. So what happened was that we went through a long period of descending yoga. All of us have heard about the yoga cycle. And these cycles are 24,000 years of duration. So for past many thousand years, 12,000 years, we have been going through the descending yoga. That means the consciousness is continuously reducing. So that means the consciousness that was there in the past was more than what we are experiencing now. This is what we experience for thousands of years, for 12,000 years or so. So when the consciousness reduces, our sense of I am space constantly gets crushed, and our understanding gets limited to the material, the physical. So in that space, it is very difficult to live the moment, live the thing, because life continuously becomes more and more difficult. As the yugas go lesser in consciousness, life becomes more and more difficult. And it's very difficult to live that. So what happens is we have lots and lots of unlived moments, and those moments go in our subconscious. And through our life after life journey, we have gone into accumulation of huge subconscious, where there is a huge number of unlived moments, and that all has become part of our subconscious. So all unlived moments are the concentrated vibrations. So these concentrated vibrations in our body, also in our aura, they have kind of reduced our identification. Who am I? To just to the body, or maybe a little bit of our aura. So that is how we have gotten disconnected with a very natural state of Aham Brahmasmi. I am God, I am soul, I am space. This is our natural state, but we have gotten disconnected from that.
Shivo, this is this is really amazing. I want to help clarify for everyone who's listening to us how practical this is. What you're saying is so practical. It is so applicable in everyday life. So please correct me if I'm wrong. But like, for example, let's say Kushal has asked me to give a talk, and here I'm in a camp at below 0 degrees Celsius. Is in an office somewhere trying to find internet. And when he asked me, I did want to do it. And when I make a decision like this, but I know what is the reality of this day for me, can I just check into my body? Before I make that decision, can I just check into my body and see that if I'm saying yes to him or no to him, where am I feeling in my body? Like maybe I'm anxious, because my first thing was I was a little anxious of how I would pull it off. And I did have, when I first thought, I was having a little anxiety in my heart that, what if there is no internet? What if I can't? Little bit sweaty palms. And after when I observed in space and I clarified some things, then I was completely at peace with it. So is this a technique we can, it sounds so high funda, but it is a sutra that we can check in our life. We are making a decision. Are we just check your body? Are you feeling it? Are you feeling sweaty? Are you feeling something, some sensation in one part of the body, some heat, some, some pain, some palpitation, some pressure, some numbness? So just check with your body and observe the space, keep observing it. And there'll be a time where you will feel spread over, that vibration spread over your body. And that's when you make a decision. Shiva, is that a practical takeaway of this?
Yeah, it is very, very practical. And I just recalled actually, right now we have our 21 days workshop going exactly on the same subject, Aham Brahmasmi, be the cosmic channel. And there was a question, or someone made a comment that isn't life too complicated, right? Because there are so many things and there are so many mysteries that are opened up, and there is so much unknown, and there are so many factors. You want to make choice between A and B, and it is so difficult.
We have so many
because
choices.
So many considerations. And then you make all consideration and still you fail. Still the choice goes wrong, right? Isn't life too complicated? And then I said that when we know this state of Aham Brahmasmi, life is just too simple. Just too simple. Not just when you have reached the state of Aham Brahmasmi, even when you begin to move towards it, even if you have taken just one step, that you become aware of the space around you, you would realize life is becoming simple. Why the life is becoming simple? Because everything you feel, so whatever are the considerations, Only thing you need to do is you need to feel that. You need to feel the emotion attached to every choice. And you need to feel the vibrations of those emotions in your body and around your body. Right? And you need to feel everyone who is involved, their emotions, their vibrations, feel everything in the space. That's it. Just become aware in the space. Just become aware of the space. And as soon as you are aware of the space, you would realize not only the right choice, you will know.
Shivo, there are. Hi. Okay.
Not only you will know the right choice, but you will, your path will also will find you synchronous. So intellectually, you may make a right choice. Still, it is so difficult to execute the choice.
Yes, yes, yes.
There are blocks, there are obstacles all around. It appears like world is resisting your choice.
Yes.
Like you can't move on. But when you make choice in this manner, where you felt the space and whatever your emotions, consideration, everything dissolved into the space. And the choice just comes to you. So it is not just that the choice has come to you, but also the whole path of that choice becomes just smooth. Too many synchronicities begin to happen on its own. In fact, it is in this state, there is a constant saying, a lot of us believe this particular saying, that everything happens for good. But the truth is, everything happens for good. You will realize only when you are aware of the space, you are grounded in the space. When you are grounded in the space, everything that happens to you is for good.
Yeah, Shivo, I've seen this, that everything aligns up. Like, it's like you made the choice and somehow everything, all the dots are lining up and everything just, it's like it's meant to be. Everything just lines up. And sometimes, you have the most intelligent choices also don't quite work out. So, Shivo, that brings me to this point that many times, especially in the new age, we say this, follow your heart. My heart is saying, my inner voice. There is the God inside me, who's saying this. I just felt like this, this was my hunch or whatever. So what do you think about that? Is that also coming
These
from
are
this
the
space? Where is this
these are
coming
the
from?
these are the greatest superstitions of New Age spirituality. The God is within me, the follow my heart. You do that and you will be in mess very soon. Because we all need to understand, scientists have also said that our subconscious is far bigger than conscious in today's era. How big it is that some scientists say that the subconscious is 2000 times bigger, some say it is 20 times bigger, but everybody agrees that in comparison to the conscious is just too little. And so the voice you are hearing from inside is the voice of subconscious. That is not the voice of God. And if you follow that, you are soon in mess.
And Shiva, you've already
So
given us
don't,
a sutra for the conscious and subconscious. You feel it in one part of the body, that is subconscious. If you feel it all over, yeah, that's right.
So God is not within us. God is within us and outside us. God is all pervasive. He is within and he is outside. And when you access that God, which is within and outside, that's when you have the right guidance. So when you get the voice from heart or when you get the inner guidance, feel that, feel the emotions of that, feel the vibrations of that, feel the space around you, and it begins to dissolve. and merge. And those vibrations will then dissolve and merge. And then the vibrations from space are going to rush in. That is the right time. When the vibration rush in from space in you, that is when you are getting the right time. So God is all over space, and from the space when the vibrations are coming, that is the right time.
Wonderful. So, Shiva, what you're saying is a person, let's say a person got angry. He was feeling it maybe in his face got hot, his nose started flaring up. He starts observing the space around that, starts to dissolve. And after a period of time, as it dissolves, then there will be new, fresh vibrations entering. And that's the time to really make that decision.
Yes.
Move forward. Wonderful. Shiva, I'm going to go into controversial territory now. Going to go a little controversial now. So, Markandeya Rishi, he is supposed, because we are from Aham Brahmasmi now moving to being a cosmic channel. And we have Markandeya Rishi who's acknowledged with channeling the Mahamrutyunjay mantra. We have Vishwamitra, who is credited with downloading and channeling the Gayatri mantra. Right. And so now, and I know what is your stance on mantra chanting and on affirmations. So Shiva, can we go into that? Like, was that not channeling what Vishwamitra did and what Markandeya Rishi did? And, can we not repeat those mantras? Can we not? There are so many affirmations. I'm healthy. I am rich. I am this. So do these work? Do these work at all? Or do they not? What are the consequences of that? What is the karma related to that? If you can just delve into that.
Yeah, so all kind of mantra chanting, affirmations, they're all third eye practices. They're not crown chakra practices. They make you feel the concentration, the focus, and not the omnipresence of God. So in today's era, they have become a block to the divine experiences. There was a time where these practices were helpful. And let me just explain you why they were helpful. So in the descending yuga, the consciousness constantly reduced. So the past was always better than present, or past was better than future. So to move into the higher the higher conscious state, what you would need to do was you have to go back in the past. So someone suggested at some point of time in past, some great sage, you would go into those vibrations and you want to feel that. And mantras were the way. So if you are reciting, let's say, Gayatri mantra or Mahamrutyunjay mantra, so then that was at some point was channeled, and you are continuously repeating that. So you are getting into that consciousness, or you are intending to reach near to the consciousness of that channeler. So when the conscious continuously reducing, this was perfectly fine. This was a valid way of becoming more conscious, because the vibrations of past were more conscious. But now what happens? We are in the ascending yuga. We are in the times where the consciousness is constantly becoming higher than before. So whatever practices were there in past are not helpful, because the consciousness is getting enhanced. So what is needed now is to become present in this moment. And about the past, even though you include that, you acknowledge that, you learn from that, but don't get limited by it. You are not limited by the past, but be in the present moment. And in that moment, even the past is also included. So the key is to be in the space ground, not in the mantras. That is why if you see this Mahavakya comes from Upanishads, and it is mentioned in so many Upanishads in so many different ways. And Upanishads don't mention mantra chant. And these Mahavakya of Aham Brahmasmi came when the consciousness was very high. So that was the way. So in today's era, a lot of people do affirmations, and that those affirmations will attract a certain part of the world. But the problem is that through affirmation, you are just focusing one part of the reality, and that every other part of the reality which you have not focused upon, which you have not acknowledged, is going to hit you. So a lot of people, when they do affirmations for something, they do get results, but then they are hit from so many other places. They have to pay a very, very heavy cost of constantly demanding what they want. Because they are not acknowledging what the life is, what the life is at this moment. They are just saying, I want this, I want this, I want this. And in that, like, you are becoming the adversary of life. Life is saying something, but you are continuously saying, I want this, I want this. So affirmations are a big failure. They are a big trap. Every spiritual seeker must become aware of this trap.
Shivo, one of the most beloved channelings, the most, I would say, popular or the most known channeling that has happened in the world and in India has been the Bhagavad Gita. And, I know so many people have talked about the Bhagavad Gita. What is the crux of it for you? What is the essence?
So the
that
essence
is also
is
relevant
again,
to us today. That is relevant to us today in this.
So essence is very clear. The essence is to be present to the moment. So what Arjuna is doing, he is giving all the references of morality from past. He is saying this is written in this Shastra, and this is the moral thing, this is the immoral thing. And what is Krishna saying? So in Bhagavad Gita, one of the most beautiful thing I love is that he gives a very clear definition of good karma and bad karma. So Krishna says every karma you do under the influence of your ego, your I-ness, is a bad karma. It doesn't matter how good that karma is, but if it is emanating out of your ego, it is a bad karma. And everything you do as guided by God is good karma. So Krishna is constantly saying, be present in this moment. God is here right now. Listen to God. Listen what he is saying and act as per that. So that is the message of Gita. Get grounded in space and channel. Listen what God is saying right now, what God is guiding you through. That is Gita. So we can have so many conditionings, we can have so many social pressures, we can have so many morality, we can have so many right and wrong, we can have so much knowledge, what is written in scriptures, all that. Consider all that, but don't follow that. Listen to the moment. This is what is Gita. And ironically, the message of Gita is this, but see what we are doing. We are again following the Gita that was downloaded 5,000 years back. That is the irony. Gita has got very, very beautiful sutras to learn from it, to imbibe from, to learn from. But that is not the reality of this moment. We have to download the reality of this moment right at this moment. So Gita is something to learn from, very beautiful scripture, but that is not something to be followed word by word. What we need to follow is what is the guidance which is coming to you from space at this moment.
This is really mind-blowing that, it almost doesn't even feel like, am I supposed to download my own Gita? Like, this is like, it's like totally,
This is the ascending yoga. This is the ascending yoga. See, unfortunately, in the name of spirituality, whatever practices we follow, they all have come from, most of them, almost all of them have come from descending yoga from past. But the ascending yoga practice is to download your own Gita, to feel your own Gita right now, to get guided from space. That is the guidance you need to receive, and that is the most potent spiritual practice.
Shivo, I am going to ask maybe a childlike question. See, you say that cosmic channeling, be a cosmic channel. You just said it is about following the wish of God, right? What about my wish? What about my wish? What about my longing? Is that a God? Like, what about that?
Yeah. These kind of contradictions, they come to you when there is a lack of trust in life. When we trust life, we should know life takes care of all our wishes. If a wish has come in you, you should know that it is a wish of life that you wish that. So life is going to take care. The problem is that you have a certain way of saying, this is my wish and this is how it will be fulfilled. And that is not correct. Because then you try hard, then you make plans, and then you make strategies, but then you finally realize you were a failure. What if you could just offer your wish to God, say, God, this is the wish I have, and you have sent me this wish. So you show me the way, and God will show you the way to fulfill your wish. And not just that, whatever is your wish, that's also the wish of cosmos. Just respect, just have the deep longing, the deep respect, the deep truth that what I am living, my wish, my desire, is not just my desire, but it is a desire of the whole cosmos. Live it like cosmos is living through me. And you will be surprised. God takes care of everything you wish.
Shiva, I'm feeling so inspired by what you said. I'm feeling that we are so limited. Our dreams, our wishes also will be limited now. So if we let God, who is so unlimited, who's so omnipresent, if he dreams for us, he wishes for us, how much more grand, right?
Yeah. That is a big mistake. We think that I know best what is good for me. No, sorry, you don't know. Whatever you know is going to trap you also very soon. God knows. See, the way you have plans for yourself, God has plans for you. And those plans are far more grand and they're far more wise. So if there is a conflict between the plan I have for myself and the plan God has for me, always choose the plan God has for you. And that is a cosmic channeling. When you live by the wish of God, that is a cosmic channeling.
And as we conclude, I have to say that I've seen Shivo live this. I've seen him live that this is my wish, but this is the wish of God, and I'm going to trust it. And that is why he is my guru. So Shivo, thank you so much for this interaction. This platform that is created is so beautiful. I can feel the speakers, I can feel Kushal, the host here, and it is so magical. I can keep on, but just want to conclude with this trust in the divine. Thank you so much, Shivo, and thank you, Amplify.